Okay, so went to New York. Very cool, very cool. Really, I want to open up a. Sorry, I jumble my words a lot, but I'm just kind of staying at home until I got family here that I'm not gonna say it. But so, anyways, I went to New York with the mind of like I want to look at all the businesses and kind of see how they operate, just like foods, because restaurant is at the end of the day that's the goal. That's what I want to open up. That's what I want to do. So I got to get there somehow. And looking at that, there was a big opportunity for me, so I took it. Other than that, though, I ended up reading this book called Never Finished by David Goggins, which, like, a lot of people call that motherfucker crazy, and I'm one of those people. But goddamn, that book is very enlightening. And yeah, just it was a good book. So I finished that book over the week. I was honestly kind of addicted to hearing the stories. I would just kind of like every chance I got, to the point where I was falling asleep with the book like going on in the back because I was listening to it. I have ADHD. That's not an excuse. That's this is me explaining why I do what I do. I need the audio. Like if they don't have the audio, then like I understand it and I won't listen to it. I'll read the book. I'm doing that right now with some book with Mark Mason, like How to Unfuck Yourself or something like that. But wow, I really just got lost in thought. See, it's hidden, it's there. Fucking. So I read the book, and I'm not gonna lie. So I went to the gym this morning with the gym buddy, and I literally took it in, and I literally like made my alter fucking ego, and I went harder than I've ever gone before on like probably some of the shittiest days. I'm not gonna lie, I went to New York. I had a couple beers and I, got a little fucking buzz going on before I got on the plane. I regret it 100%. I'm never drinking again. No, it honestly just impacts how I recover and how I work out the next day so much. Along with like, there's other factors too that I'm taking in mind too. Like, I didn't eat as healthy as I wanted to. Obviously, like that's okay, right? Because you're on vacation. In my mind, I'm like, I'm literally taking a week off. I was hitting the steps. I was hitting the gym at the end of the night every day. So I just have to assume it's the alcohol. I I went pretty hard just like at the start and kept going. Maybe I gassed myself out too soon, but oh my god, they really do say like it doesn't really fucking matter what you do every single day. It's what you do on the days that are tough. Like I wasn't motivated to like do more, but I just pushed through it, and I was like struggling with pressing 160, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So by the end of it, I was like at 175 there, and I was like, okay, like that was good for me. And we just did supersets, and I just as many sets as I needed to do to like feel kind of accomplished. That's not the issue though. I went to, and like I said, I think it's the alcohol. I went to the Stairmaster, and I was killing it. Like I was repping it out. I literally only wanted 15 flights of stairs. Like that was the goal, and I hit it. I went to 16. Like I went over what I wanted, because I was already like, fuck, I'm out of this. Like, I can't do this right now. So I was like, let me put the goal there, 15 flights of stairs. Now, at first, I started at like 1 or 2, and even then, I was still like having a hard time. I haven't hit the Stairmaster in a while, but I did it. But the issue is at the end of it. I mean, not even at the end of it. Like halfway through, my fucking heart rate was up to like 180, and I was like, I've never seen it go this high. Which, I mean, is good, right? Because now my heart's used to that in a way. So anything below that is going to be lower on the heart rate. But it's also not great because scientifically your body works harder the more pumps your fucking heart rates. Well, okay. The harder you work, the more your heart rate is going to go up. The more your heart rate's going to go up, the more you're going to lose weight. Your body is literally just working harder to pump fucking energy and blood and everything. I don't know exactly the science of it. I'm not a scientist. This is just what I've read and seen and like common factors. So it's great that I'm like getting up to 180. Like it's not great, but it's great, because my goal is like 150 to like 170, just kind of stay in that like, perfect little spot, which I can do pretty easily. Because I've been on like stationary bikes for probably like the last 2 months, and this was just like, I don't know, it was just a different animal. Like it's not discouraging because I'm like, I literally was like talking to my gym buddy because I was like, I'm fucking dead, literally sitting there. Or as soon as I get off, I'm like about to pass out, I'm gonna throw up, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then I'm like, okay, it's the alcohol. It's 100% the alcohol. I'm dehydrated as fuck. I didn't drink as much water as I'd like in New York. It's just hard for me because my biggest thing is I always have a water bottle, and I constantly sip on that shit. Constantly. You know, it's not a dehydration thing. I just, you know, if it's in front of, out of sight, out of mind, that's how the ADHD works. You have to kind of find those like barriers around it, and I really need to get rid of that shit. Gotta find your barriers around it, right? So that's my way around the barrier, is to just have a water bottle with me at all times. You know, it's the one thing I don't forget pretty much almost every day. And if I forget it, that's okay, but I have backup water bottles in my car. I have one at work just in case. Like it's a big thing for me. I didn't have that in New York, and I dehydrated the fuck out of myself. I did pretty good at, like, when I was going to restaurants, I wasn't ordering beers, I wasn't ordering pops, I was literally just going with like water. And now here, every once in a while, I'd have a beer, you know, because it's vacation. I don't drink very often. It's not my favorite thing to do. I just was like, fuck it, you know, I want a good time. I want to try like what New York has to offer. Let's have a beer. I've decided I don't think I'm gonna drink anymore. It's not fun for me. I feel like I don't feel like shit anymore. I got some good food in me. I got a fucking burrito. And some water and some electrolytes and the protein bar. But my protein goals are like way off. I'm not that hungry. My stomach still doesn't feel like 100%. And I think a lot of it has to do with like eating shitty and then drinking. That's the big thing I learned today. But anyways, yeah, so I read the David Goggins book. I shouldn't have started with this one because he related to the first one a lot, because this one was never finished. The first one was, I don't know, but I have it. But it wasn't an audiobook, and I didn't feel like reading on the plane. Just wanted to listen to something other than music because I get very bored. But like when I read and I'm like really insightful with it, it's easier. But yeah, the next book for sure. Right now, I'm listening to The Art of War. I got about an hour deep into it, maybe. I'm still a little confused on like how this relates to business and finance, but I'm sure it's gonna write it out, you know, as all books usually do. And then I'm also reading the Mark Mason book, which I'm trying to take more time with that because that's a physical like read. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that David Goggins book and I'm just gonna say fuck it. I'll throw the extra $10. I'm gonna go get the audiobook. I should have done that in the first place. I don't know why, but I just did not. But yeah, I honestly, I'm really proud of myself today. I'm just gonna say it. Like, this is not an ego thing, but I did not want to. I got there, I was ready. I got in, I did my thing, and then I got to the compound lifts, and I was just like, I'm so energetic right now. Like, I just can't push. And maybe like also like the fact that I wasn't taking pre-workout today, took a little bit of caffeine, but also I was running off an empty stomach. I literally had a protein bar in me. That was it, and that wasn't a good idea mixed with the caffeine. That's probably also another reason why I didn't feel good. So it's just all those little fucking factors, man. It's like, it's a big wake-up call that like nutrition is a very heavy part of lifting and trying to put on muscle, and that's what I need to like focus on, I guess. But yeah, I'm honestly getting back into reading, and I could not be more excited. I'm gonna try. My goal this week is to just kind of end the night with a little bit of like an audiobook, just listen to it, set it for an hour. If I fall asleep, that's fine. But it's also been helping that I don't have a TV in my room right now. So when I'm done, on my computer, chatting with my friends, playing video games, whatever the fuck, I can sit there and I can just listen to the audiobook. Because, like, what the fuck else am I going to do, right? But I will say, and I think it's a little bit of, like, me still being full from yesterday and the alcohol, so my metabolism, like, wasn't there. I didn't kill all the food that I had in my system. I gained 2 pounds. I was at 289 before I left. Now I'm at 291, which isn't a big deal. I kind of expected something like this. And I'm expecting to see not a huge drop, but just a drop overall after the week. This is my like I said, this is my like biggest fears. I'm not going to come back and do it, but I took the day. I'm eating good. I'm tracking my food. That's what's important. I didn't track any of my food in New York, so maybe I should have, but also like it's really just hard. You know, the portions are different from where I live and what New York is, and it's just harder to track when you're eating out constantly. But also, like, I didn't say no to a burger. I didn't say no to a slice of pizza, because it's like I just wanted to see what they offered, which is fine. Like, it's not a big deal to me. But I just want to reiterate that for the experience. But yeah, so I'm coming back. I got me some ground beef. I got me a couple cucumbers, a couple steaks for the week. I'll probably fuck up some eggs here shortly. Not completely shortly. I just had a burrito, but I'll fuck up some water. Probably a zero sugar Powerade. Just because it's like the electrolytes are not there. I'm not hungover, but I'm just in that slump. But I will say, like, okay, I gotta say this. I was a little nervous about New York, just because I haven't gone on vacation in a while, which is fine. That's not the issue. However, the last time I went on vacation, I was severely out of shape. Severely. And it wasn't like I was lifting, but I wasn't walking, and I wasn't doing the stationary bike, and I wasn't doing all this and that and that. I was like usually my parents would like surpass me, and now I'm like fucking running, dude. Like it was a huge accomplishment to like go through and just be like, I can do this. Now, my legs were a little tight throughout the week. When I went to the gym, I definitely wasn't hitting fucking legs, just because I knew I was going to be on them a lot, and I don't know, I didn't want that pain, I guess. But yeah, just, something to be kind of proud of. It's like a little accomplishment that I didn't even realize was going to happen. So that's nice. But I think I'm going to get like a fucking massage here soon. Just because I'm pretty fucking sore. Like, just overall, I'm tight. But I'm going to dip.